Hello everyone, welcome to Hooks and Stitches. My name's Natasha. It's raining again. This is day 26, I think. Losing count, I haven't looked. Anyway, it's drizzle. It's awful, just not very nice, drizzly stuff. I've been waiting at school for it to pass because I thought it might just stop, but it keeps getting heavier, so it's fine. Just brave it. And it's Friday tomorrow. We're all smiling inside about that. Anyway, I forgot to tell you about the Play-Doh. It was a raging success. I've never ever made it before, but I found a video about how to make it with cream of tartar, flour, salt, 2 tablespoons of water. No, sorry, not 2 tablespoons of water at all. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil and 230 mils of water, and you cook it on the stove in a saucepan just the same as you would with choux pastry. I was really impressed. It's got the same consistency. I'm just crossing the road, sorry. It's got the same consistency as the real thing in the colour, you know, the pots, the real thing. And you can leave the lid off all night and it doesn't go crispy or hard. You know, like if you make it as like a dough, it doesn't get it doesn't go dry or like crispy, you know. I'm just so impressed with it, and so we've used a little bit today and it really worked well. And the only time it stuck to the table was when they were rolling it out really thinly. But I'm going to make a big batch of it at the weekend, so that we can do projects and things with them next week. So I'm really impressed with it, and so that is how it went, and it was all fine. And I bought green and pink food colouring, and it was said today, which I didn't even think about, it's the colours of watermelon, so that was really ideal. And so anyway, I'm impressed, and that's it. I'm just going to make sure that I do it right at the weekend. Seeing I'm doing a massive batch of it, I'm hoping to do it in a big pan and do it all at once, and then add the colours as I go. What else have I got to tell you? I did 4 squares on the baby blanket last night, and 2 rows of white on the character blanket, and it worked out quite well. And that was before I fell asleep in the chair. So it's fine, at least I got some done. The more I do each day, the quicker I get done anyway, so that's fine. Thank you to those of you that have commented on my crochet episode videos, and thank you for commenting on my other videos too. You know, because these walking videos don't get a lot of views on, so it's nice when someone comments to prove that they are actually being watched and taken any notice of, so it's really good. Thank you. I'm really hungry today. Seems to be a hungry day today. I stretched my soup out. I made one quite big portion into two smaller ones, because then I've got something for tomorrow as well. So I had that, and I had my chia seeds and yogurt and whatnot, like I usually do. And I put extra cinnamon in today, and that was just really nice. So I think I'm gonna lean towards putting more in rather than less. And then I took an apple and a sweet clem with me as well, just because at the end of the day I feel like I need something. And I usually have some watermelon or something from the table at the after school club, and today I had a banana and a cream cracker, so it's alright. I've drunk pretty much 2.5 litres today, and then obviously I've got tonight to go. I haven't got any coconut water left. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much I drank the rest of it last night. So it was like probably 750 mils, because it was a litre container that I buy, and that usually lasts me 2 days, but I just got carried away. It just was really nice. What else have I got to tell you? Can't remember. I'm still struggling to find.
Listen, make sure that you get out.
I'm still struggling to find the crochet hook that I did the Dream Big Little One blanket with, because it's been on my mind, because I'm so close to finishing, and I just think it's such a shame that I don't know whether I should just use the panels that I've got done and do something else, but then it's just really tricky. I don't know what to do, or whether I just think like do it in a 4mm needle and have done with it, and then hopefully it will just be the right size, because I can't really tell what size I did it in. If it works up smaller, I don't know whether the blanket would be odd shaped because of it being separate panels. I'm wondering if any of you have done bobble stitch blankets where you have the bobble writing and then single crochet as the panel, if you see what I mean. So it's not all bubbles, and tell me whether it would work up smaller or not, because I'm just a bit confused, and I should have wrote it down and I didn't. There's only typically 3 hooks that I use for blankets, and that's 4, 4.5, or bigger if it calls for bigger. And sometimes I use 3.75, which I'm doing the baby blanket in at the moment. I usually use a 4.5 if I want a little bit of give, but on a bobble stitch blanket there isn't a lot of give, because the single crochet and then the bobbles just make it a bit stiffer, so I can't really tell. So I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just do it, I think, and then see what happens from there. Just hope it's not a lot smaller. Anyway, just feel like I'm waffling now. It's been 12 minutes. Don't have a clue what's for tea. And just waiting for this weather to pass. Has made me go home later than I would usually like to, but hey ho, can't have it always, can we? Anyway, hope you're all well and doing everything you love to do. Hope you're getting some craft time in. I don't feel stressed about my projects at all. I just feel a bit worried about that bobble one I've just been talking about, just because it's sat there and I've come so far with it. It's so annoying, and so it's definitely a lesson learned. I mean, usually I do write the hook size on the actual pattern, which is fine, unless you lose the pattern like I did with the Portobello shawl. That's a bit rubbish, and that's only because it fell out the bag, and I didn't realise. Anyway, so I think I'm just going to have to do it and write it all in a book maybe, and then I can look back and go, oh yes, I remember. But I just never keep up with things like that. I'm not very good though. Even if I buy a diary, I don't tend to write in very many entries into it, so I'm not really sure. But it's I'm sure it'll work out well in the end. I'm sure I'll just get on with it. But maybe because now I've got my little storage ladder next to my chair in the front room, I might well just write all the projects that I'm doing and write it on there, and then I can just cross it off when I've done it. Maybe that'll be a bit easier, I suppose, because if it was in a book unless you open the book, you're not going to know. You know, you kind of like, you don't always think about it. But if it's on a piece of paper looking at you every time you look in it, you know, then it will make it a bit easier. The road's a bit slippery. I'm only in flip-flops today because the weather was supposed to be temperature of like 18, and I normally get really hot and bothered, so I thought I'll wear my flip-flops to school and change into my Crocs like I normally do. And I couldn't find any socks this morning anyway, but that's another story in itself. Does anyone suffer with odd sock syndrome? And whether you can find any. We're not all that organised when it comes to socks. Normally I've got a massive, great big carrier bag full of socks because they've ended up with no friends, or they haven't gone in the wash at the same time, or something or other. And my teenage daughter that lives at home, Jasmine, she'll pinch my socks if I'm not looking, or she'll ask for some and then not give them back. I don't know. So I thought, yes, I'll opt for my flip-flops, but kind of regret it now because the road's gone slippery because of the rain. Although I don't feel like I'm sliding everywhere, like my feet aren't wet, and I hate it when my feet actually get wet and then my foot is sliding around on the flip-flop. I can understand it when it's on the road bit, because obviously the grease from the rain on the roads, you know, it just brings it out, so it makes it slippery that way. But it is what it is. Anyway, it's almost 18 minutes now, so I'm gonna go. I'll stop waffling. Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep your comments coming because I love it. If you can like and subscribe and comment and share, that would be lovely. And I will see you all again tomorrow. Thank you, lovely. See you soon. Bye.